Welcome to Noob To Pro, a course where I teach you all the math concepts you need to know to become a math wizard. This is episode 24 and we are doing word problems. This is the penultimate episode of this season. Next episode is going to be some tips and tricks. So let's begin with word problems. So I can't include every single topic that we have done, so I've included some of the main ones. Now this is going to be a basic word problem. Johnny has 8 buttons and he wants to put them on a shirt which uses 7 of his buttons. So how many of them does he have left? So the way we write word problems is we start off by putting number of when we have been given some values. So number of buttons Johnny has. I can't fit that, so I'm going to put number of buttons Johnny has, you imagine that, and it's going to be equal to 8. Now, button, number of buttons used in shirt, okay? So we are going to write how many buttons he uses in the shirt. Which is 7. Now I don't have space, I'm going to erase all that. So now we have written how many buttons he has, which is 8, and how many buttons he's using, which is 7. And we have to find how much is remaining. Why is this 7 not writing? Yep, there we go. So to find remaining, you have to subtract. So remaining is equal to 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So he has 1 button left. So in word problems, you have to write like this in statements. That's the way you write word problems. So that's the answer for this first one. He has 1 button left. Now let's move on to the next one, which is going to be slightly harder. A lion has not been fed for some days. If every day he is not fed, he gets 5% more angry and he starts off at 0%, and he is currently 85% angry. How long has he not been fed? So he has not been fed for some days. So days lion not fed. I can't write that much, so that's why I'm writing it like this. You should write the number of days the lion has not been fed, and this is going to be equal to x. We're going to be calling it x because we don't know, so we are going to use variables. So increase in anger. So in this one you can write only increase. You can't say number or anything because that doesn't make sense. This is the increase. So increase in anger daily while not being fed, but I can't fit that, and this is equal to 5%. Now we will move on to our third statement. The third statement is going to be starting anger. You could also write value of anger at the beginning, that also is fine, and this is equal to 0%. And then we will write current anger. Okay, so current anger is equal to 85%. So now after this, we have to figure out how long he hasn't been fed. So using some logic, we can see that every day it's 5% and he is currently 85%. So we can understand we have to divide these two numbers to find a number of days. Because see, if it's increasing by 5% every day, so it's going to be 5%, then 10%, then 15%, like that. So if he starts off at 0, which means if he's fed, he is at 0. But once he is not fed, it increases by 5%. So if he starts at 0, that means what the first day he is not fed, it's going to be 5%. So using this info, we can see, we can just put x is equal to current anger. You can fit that somehow. I'm just going to put current divided by increase, so inc. I'll just put that. And if you divide 85 by 5, you're going to get 19. No, sorry, not 19. you're going to get 17. Yeah, that's the right answer. You're going to get 17. So 17 days is the answer. You have to put how long he has not been fed. How you can't just put 17, you have to put the days also. So 17 days is the answer for this. Now, the ratio of cars to trucks in a city is 8,000 to 2,000. If 2,000 cars are added and 500 trucks are added, so is it still in proportion? So what we will do is just number of cars, it's equal to 8,000, and then number of trucks, it's equal to 2,000. So you can say that ratio, let me just erase this, ratio of cars to trucks, I can't fit that, it's just equal to 8,000 to 2,000, and you can just cancel out the zeros to make it 8 to 2, but no need to do that right now. Now increase in cars is equal to 2,000. Okay, 2,000. And so now we will write the new value of cars. New number of cars is equal to 8,000. I can't fit it, so I'm going to put 8k plus the 2,000 that were added, so 2k, which is going to give us 10k. And now we will write new increase in trucks. We finished cars, now we're going to do increase in trucks. I can't fit trucks, so I'm going to put true, is equal to 500. Yep, 500. So new number of trucks, new number of trucks is equal to 2k plus 500, which is equal to 2.5k or 2,500. So now what we will do is we will figure out new ratio. So new ratio is going to be equal to, so the cars 8,000 plus 2,000 gave us 10k, so I'm going to put 10k is to 2,000 plus 500 gave us 2.5k. So this is the new ratio, 10k to 2.5k. So we can just remove this to give us 10 to 2.5, but because this is kind of decimals and stuff, we can just make it 125, just multiply both by 10. And now we can see both are divisible by 5, so we can divide both of them by 5. This is going to give us 20, this is going to give us 5. We can divide it by 5 again to give us 4:1. And this old ratio, which was 8k to 2, which I told you we can just do 8 to 2, this can also be equal to 4:1. Not equal to, it's in proportion. So that means that the new ratio is in proportion. So you can just say new ratio is in proportion and then show your calculation. That's the way you solve this one, where you have to prove if it's in proportion or not. Now a lollipop weighs 63.76 grams and 19.6 grams of the lollipop is just a stick. So how much does the candy part of it weigh? So weight of lollipop of, I can't fit lollipop, so I'm just going to put lol, is equal to 63.76 g for grams. Then weight of stick, I'm not going to put stick, I'm just going to put weight of, you can understand it's going to be stick, so I'm just going to put this, it's equal to 19.6. So now there's no more in the statements that you need to mention, so you can directly jump to the answer. Weight of candy, if you know the total weight of the lollipop is 63.76, that's going to be the stick plus the candy. So you can just do basic variables. You know that weight of candy, we can say it's C. No, total weight, so L lollipop is equal to S plus C. We are given the weight of S, which is going to be 19.6, so you can just move this onto the other side, L minus S, and that will give you C. So we can just do 63.76 minus 19.6 to give us 6 minus 0 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Borrow to get 13. 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. So 44.16 grams is the answer. 44.16 grams. That's your final answer for the weight of the candy. Now lastly, two friends are sharing their food. Friend 1 eats 4/8 of the food and friend 2 eats 4/9 of the food. How much food is left? So total food means how much they have. It's just going to be equal to 1 because there's one whole part of the food. Not friend 1, amount friend 1 eats. Amount, I don't have space, I'm just going to put F1 eats is equal to 4/8, 4/8. And then amount F2 eats is equal to 4/9. So amount of food left, you can understand that it's going to be equal to that 1 versus the total food minus how much they ate. So minus 4/8 and then minus 4/9. So what we can do is we can find a common denominator and then we can do this easily. So 8 and 9, we can see we can just multiply this one by 9 and this one by 8. We can just do that. So this 4 times 9 gives 36 and 8 times 9 gives us 72. Then 4 times 8 gives us 32. Can I write 32 please? Yup, 32. And this obviously is going to be 72 again. So we have 36/72 minus 32/72. And since we're subtracting twice, we can just add these two up and put it in a bracket. That's just how brackets work. But I will subtract 36/72 and then 32/72. So we can convert 1 into just 72/72. So 72 minus 36. We can solve that and it will give us, let me just solve that here. This will become 6, this will become 12, this is going to become 6, 6 minus 3 is 3, so 36. So this is going to become 36/72. So cancel this out. This is going to become 36. And we have 36/72 minus 32/72. 36, 32, 6 minus 2 is 4, 3 minus 3 is 0, 0, 4. So we have 4/72 is our answer. But we can't just leave yet. We have to simplify this. We can divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 72 divided by 4 is 18. So 1/18 of the food is left. And that's our final answer. 1/18 of food is left. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Episode 25, which is the final episode of this course, and then the test is going to come out. This episode, the next one is going to be about tips and tricks, just for all these topics, some tricks that I feel could help. It comes out this Wednesday, which is the 29th of October 2025. So thanks for watching.